Hello guys, welcome to the Up My Skill channel. Today we are going to solve longest common prefix string problem, which is a data structure problem, most common problem asked in the interview. So problem is simple, like given a list of strings, find the longest common prefix amongst them. If there is no common prefix, return empty string. For example, like you have the input flower, flow, flight, which is a string array, and there is the longest common prefix is fl in all of the string. So it will output is fl. And in example 2, the again dog, race car, and car. So here is a no common prefix, so it will give the blank string. So there is a no common prefix among the input strings. Now go to the approach, that what is a brute force approach for solving this problem. So the approach is like simple. First we are trying to loop through each character of the first string, which is a string 0. Okay, so let's say the flower. Okay, we get that flower and loop through it. For each character, compare it with the corresponding character in all the other strings. So the flower, we get the string and then we iterate with the array. So f, we try to compare with the another string like flow and flight and continue that process. If a mismatch is found, like we go with the f, then if there is no mismatch, then we go with the l. There is again no mismatch, then we go with the o. So we get the mismatch in the third string, right? So what we do, we return the common prefix up to that point. So there is a function which we are using, and if no mismatches are found throughout the loop, the entire first string is the longest common prefix. So if there is no mismatches found, then what we do, we return the whole string. Okay, now this is the brute force approach. Now we go to the VS Code editor and write the code for that approach. Now we move to the VS Code. Let's write the code which we have discussed. Okay, so first we just declare the function. So let's declare the function name. So function name is should be like longest common prefix. Okay, and it is accept the string array, and we just declare one constant string, and which is contain some inputs, flower and flow, and another is a flight. Okay, and we also declare, we just console.log our function name longest common prefix which accept a string array, and that's it. Okay, now we go with this example, and let's start with a basic check, like if string dot length is equal to 0, just simple return blank. And if so, now we also get check that what is the minimum length of that string, so that we didn't. So let's, for that, let's const minimum length from that string array. So there is a function like math dot, which is get the min, and this function has that dot operators trs dot map, which have the again a string variable, and that is a string dot length, and that's it. So this variable has the minimum length. Okay, now we just iterate our loop like for let I is equal to 0 and I is less than the min length. and I plus plus. Okay, now I have to one more loop at 4 and slice that value say j, and which is go with the 1, and again j is less than string dot length. Okay, so increment the j also. So what we are doing here, we just go with the get the what is the minimum length in that array and store it minimum length, and then iterate that loop, first loop according to the min length, and the second loop according to the string length which we have getting. Okay, now we just need to add the check, like if the string which you compare with the corresponding string is not matched, then return that prefix. Okay, so we just add the check, like if string that first j and I not equal to what we have. Okay, so we need to add some inside that first loop. Let create a one constant, which is a character which we need to store from that 0 0 and the I index. Okay, we compare with that string character, and if there is not match, then we return the common prefix. Okay, so return strs dot 0 dot substring and 0 and the index. If everything is working fine, then we return that whole string. Okay, which is nothing is 0 dot substring. Why I'm using substring? Because I need to check the min length. So 0 comma min length. Okay, now this is the code, and let's check if it is working or not. So we just write node, and the file name is lcb.js, and run. So it is working fine. Let's go with some other examples, like and paste. This is a string 1, and we go with a dog and a race car and the car. See that? Okay, I just passed the same variable. Now clear this. Let me, okay, again. So in the second there is no match, so it will just give us a blank. Okay, now we move to the second approach. I hope you understand this brute force approach. So here is the optimized approach, where we go with the start with the first string. The first string in the array is initially taken as the prefix. So which is the first string we take as a prefix and compare with the other string. For each subsequent string, check if it is start with the current prefix. Okay, so this is index of prefix not is equal to 0, and then check the shorten the prefix. If the current string does not start with the prefix, shorten the prefix by one character at a time using the substring. So what we're doing, we just short the prefix. Okay, we don't go with the vertical approach, we go with the horizontal approach, and terminate early if at any point the prefix becomes an empty string, and return immediately since there is no common prefix. So let's go with the code and understand how we solve this. Okay, let's comment optimize approach and write the function name like opt longest common prefix. Okay, we just rename this function name. Okay, and do the same. So there is a few things are same, like the basic check is the same, like if strs dot length is equal to 0, then we just simple return with the blank string. And now we just get that variable let prefix, which you're discussing the approach, that we get the first string as a prefix. So we just get the prefix. Okay, now we iterate with the for loop. Let initialize the value I from the fun, because we already has the 0, and I is less than str dot length and I plus plus. Okay, now I just start with the while loop, where I check that string dot I dot index of the prefix, okay, not is equal to 0. And then we use the prefix, update the prefix variable with the prefix dot substring and 0 comma prefix dot length minus 1. Okay, now we update the prefix call variable, and if we just check that if prefix is equal to blank, if the prefix variable is blank, then we just return the blank. Okay, after that loop we just return that prefix. So it is very simple, and we just use one for loop and another while loop to check that that string dot I, the index of prefix. So first we run this code, okay, and check if it is working or not. Let's run this code. So node lcp.js, and the output is same. Okay, so this code is working fine. I hope you get some understanding how you solve the longest common prefix and the string problem. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and comment, and also subscribe.